Hi, I'm Kevin Klein. Let's talk about Homes for Heroes once again. You may have seen the video I've already done about the motion that I've put forward to help this organization called Homes for Heroes. In that video, I provided some photos. I gave you the website address to go check them out. First and foremost, I want to thank everyone who sent messages on social media, who sent me emails, who called my office. Thank you so much. Every one of those people offered to help in some way. Some said, I don't know how I can help. I just want to help. Tell me what I can do. All of those messages were shared with the Homes for Heroes group. And I can tell you, this small group was touched. They were so taken back by the desire to help them, by the Winnipeggers who spoke out for them. Some Winnipeggers even contacted their website to push them forward, to say, don't give up. That is fabulous. That is how we start dealing with our problems. We come together on a solution. And this, Homes for Heroes, is a solution for over 200 homeless veterans, women and men who served our country, that unfortunately live on the streets of Winnipeg. That's over 20% of our homeless population. We have a solution before us. The group doesn't want anything. They don't want land for free. They're not looking for grants. They just want to get building because it's important. Other jurisdictions across the country are phoning them. Come here, come here, come here. We're blocking them. But now maybe some of the barriers have been moved thanks to you reaching out to your counselor, thanks to you for sending emails. And I know you've had, because I've had some complain to me. And I said, look, the solution is before us. This is easy. It doesn't have to be political. Let's just get this done and move on to the next solution. So I wanted to share with you also some questions that have come up. You know, how was council, how did the session go? How did the meeting go? When did people really know? But I wanted you to see the facts. I wanted you to have your own, to make your own decision on how this is proceeding. So I was going to share some questions and answers for you of Dave Howard, who is the Executive Director President of Homes for Heroes. Take a look at some of the questions my colleagues asked.
Thank you very much, Mr. Howard, for your presentation. My question to you is related to the province. What has the province come to the table to help with on this project?
So the province is committed financially to this. There's a motion in front of council coming up here, and you'll have to speak to them on the exact dollar amount, but there is a dollar amount that they're committing to the project.
So you've got a financial commitment from the province of Manitoba to like cash to use to build, or is it a
cash? Yes.
It's cash. Okay. And how long has the organization been around for, Homes for Heroes Foundation?
Homes for Heroes, the registered charity for the last 4 years, operating Calgary's Village for the last 2, and as I stated, Edmonton, and then Kingston and Halifax.
Got it. And have you had any interaction with the public service at all on any of this? I appreciate you've been speaking with Councillor Klein and Councillor Nason. Have you had any interaction?
I have. I went through your mayor's office, Brian Romans, many times, and Homeless Winnipeg, Province of Manitoba, Veterans Housing, City of Winnipeg, Planning, Legions. I have been within 2.5 years flown to Winnipeg to have meetings 6 times, roughly 6 times in each year.
Were you able to speak to the mayor?
I was able to speak to him directly when I got him at an event. I had many emails, a lot of communication, meetings that were supposed to be set. And so I flew to Winnipeg to specifically go to an event, so in turn, I could actually go and walk up and speak to him.
So I'd like to ask just a couple of questions, because I know that End Homelessness had a plan that was similar like this, that was using the tiny home case and trying to do something very, very similar to this. So I'd be curious to know what End Homeless had to say with your project and how it kind of coincides with maybe some of the work that they are doing here. And I'd be curious also to know in that is how many homeless veterans we have, if you have those stats.
So yes, we spoke to End Homeless Winnipeg. They're in support of the project. Their tiny home design is very similar to ours, if not duplicate of ours. There are the numbers right now, just over 200 veterans living on the streets of Winnipeg. Those numbers come through the federal government, who in turn is a partner of ours. We're one of the few organizations to have a partnership with Veterans Affairs that come directly on site and work with our tenants.
Questions.
Sure.
I'm not as familiar with your organization as Councillor Klein is, and thank you very much for the work that you're doing. How much land are you needing? The city doesn't have very much land, so I'm just curious to know how much land you're looking at.
This is a 2-acre parcel. This is the only 2-acre parcel of excess land that the city has that would be properly zoned for our needs. The only parcel. So unfortunately, too many times what we're hearing is, what is your need? Because maybe we can put you somewhere else.
Okay, so sorry, you said 2 acres?
Yeah, well, ideally it'd be any between 1 to 2 acres. This parcel of land is 2 acres.
And is the parcel land you're looking at, is it a park? Is it zone park?
It's zoned for multifamily.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, and just to elaborate on that, the plan for this village is to build 20 tiny homes, a full resource center, on-site counseling services, and the idea is that we would have veterans come into the village and then in turn move out. So we actually have the ability to end the issue of veteran homelessness in the city of Winnipeg.
Okay, so you mentioned that this was the only plot of land in the entire city of Winnipeg that was available?
Was zoned for our immediate need to build within an 18 months, yes.
Okay, so I mean, there's other plots of land, the rezoning process, like you don't want to do.
The rezoning process within the city of Winnipeg is 2 years. If we go through that process, we will lose the ability to have RHI, Rapid Housing Initiative funding.
Got it.
If we want to move forward with this, we need to get approval on a piece of land now.
I will not make this political. This is a solution for over 200 members of our community, 200 women and men that served our country, that protected the lives of others around the world, who fought for democracy, who fought for human rights, and many of whom suffered injuries while doing that. With over 200 veterans living on the streets of Winnipeg, I believe that this solution is urgently required. We need to move mountains to allow this group to start building their facilities and helping those individuals in our community. There are no excuses. Let's be open and honest about what we're doing. Let's make sure it's all in front of people. I don't want any backroom deals. I don't want any of that. I just want this group to be able to buy, they're not asking for it, buy a piece of city land so they can start helping some of our homeless population. If it were me in charge, my argument with this group would be, how many can you build? Can you work with other organizations to build similar facilities to help all of our residents that are experiencing homelessness at this time in their life? Right now, I got Homes for Heroes. And I know I have your support, and I can't thank you enough for that. In fact, Homes for Heroes, as I said off the start, can't thank you enough for that. This motion will be heard again on November 10th at the Property Planning and Development Meeting, Standing Policy Committee, the day before Remembrance Day. And I hope that the headlines for Remembrance Day after that meeting will be, City agrees to sell property to help homeless veterans that have served our country. Please continue to call your counselor, email your counselor. Let them know how you feel about this. This will happen not because of me. I really wouldn't deserve any of the credit. This will happen because of you. Elected officials work for you. And it's important that you let elected officials know what you want them to do. Take care.